Hello my friends, welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show from right here in sunny California. I am here in Hollywood, as you can see by the Hollywood sign behind me. Now the reason that I'm here is because I am here to do a video on the whole reason that I became obsessed with B-movies, that whole rabbit hole that I fell into. And that is because right behind me is the house that was once owned by Russ Meyer. This house was incredible. If you've ever seen the videos from the Incredibly Strange Film Show that was hosted by Jonathan Ross, he went inside this house and it was just filled with incredible memorabilia, like posters, including Tura Satana's black gloves that she wore in the movie Faster Pussycat. It was all found in this house. Now, when I met Kitten, Natividad, many years ago now, she came to Melbourne to do a burlesque show. While she was there, I did ask her if there was anything still in the house, and she told me that no, that the house had been cleaned out after Russ had passed away. And now I've heard from on the Severin podcast that apparently there is still stuff in there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see any of that because we're not going to go knock on the door and all that sort of stuff due to privacy and things like that. But here is Russ Meyer's house where he once lived, and it's pretty impressive because if I go over this way, this car in the driveway is Russ Meyer's car. It still has the Russ Meyer Films logo on it, which is pretty damn impressive. But this is where he lived, and right by the Hollywood sign, no other director is worthy of being this close to the Hollywood sign other than the greatest B-movie director of all time, Mr. Russ Meyer. Let's check it out. As you can see, Russ Meyer Films International, there's the car. So cool. I can't believe it's still here. And this is where he lived. If you are like me and you grew up on B-movies, Faster Pussycat Kill Kill is easily one of the movies that I'm sure you are familiar with, and I'm sure you love it just as much as we do. Russ Meyer gave us the likes of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, which to this day still remains my favorite film of all time, directed by the man Russ Meyer himself. Now, there is so much that we can say about Russ Meyer. Like, he left such a huge legacy. They called him the king of the nudie cuties and all those sorts of things. But he also went further than that. His storylines were just so crazy. Super Vixens was one of the greatest films he did, but it also gave us, you know, the starlets that he managed to find, like Raven de la Croix, obviously Kitten, Natividad, Haji, Tura Satana, Eve Meyer. The list goes on. There are so many of them. And yeah, we have Russ Meyer to thank for bringing them into our lives. This is where he lived, on Arrowhead Drive, right here in the Hollywood Hills. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this short little adventure to the last known address of Mr. Russ Meyer, the greatest, I feel, B-movie director, well, actually not B-movie director, the best director of all time. Nothing came close to his style, his vision, and his photographic genius. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, look after each other. I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.